Cave sounds, Endermen, and ghosts of insomnia. These are the 10 scariest things found in Minecraft. Number 10. Paintings. Many Minecraft players like to add paintings in their games to make their houses beautiful. Because of this, many designs have been made for players to use. The game even has some paintings that players can use without making their own. But even though the idea of paintings in the game is sweet and some of the designs are nice, others are a little scary to look at. All the paintings used in Minecraft were made by a real artist. After making each one, his paintings were snapped and changed into the same style as the game. Then the game added them into the options that players could use at any time. But not all the paintings are like how they were made. Some of them were changed so much that they didn't make sense anymore. And since the style of the game is not as clean as the pictures we use in the real world, some of the paintings look like things taken out of a scary movie. Number 9. The Elder Guardian. In Minecraft, there are buildings called monuments. They're hard to beat and are usually guarded by a spiky fish with one eye. If you think that's cute, it isn't. The fish is called a guardian and can kill your player very fast if you come within its range. Because of this fish, many players don't like to go near monuments or attack them. But you can't get away with it. The only place to find sponges in Minecraft is in this place, so you have to fight the fish one way or the other. But it gets worse. There's a much bigger type of guardian fish called the Elder Guardian. This one is scarier than the normal guardians. It can also create a ghost that it uses to scare players away. Number 8. The Drowned. The part of Minecraft that's underwater is beautiful, but underwater is not as fun as it seems because the character is called the Drowned. They make it hard for players to go underwater to get things from ships that are sunk. There are many things that players find on those ships, like a treasure map or a chest. These things bring players to the bottom of the sea, but the Drowned don't like that. In fact, they don't like players coming into their areas. And because they move in groups, it's hard for players to run away or fight them alone. And since you're underwater, you may not be able to breathe for long if you can't get back to the top. The Drowned are scary because of what they sound like and what they do to players. Number 7. The Nether. In Minecraft, the Nether is one of the scariest places you can be. It's hell in the game, and lots of monsters live there, so it's not safe for your player. But that's not all. The Nether is both dark and creepy, and monsters that live there make it a scary place to be in. Some of the monsters you find in the Nether are ablaze, ghast, magma cubes, and many more. These monsters will start coming after you once they sight you. Even the characters that are good in the normal world are bad in the Nether, and they'll try to kill your player. Also, lava is everywhere, so if your player falls into the lava, it won't make it. The Nether is one big trap that wants to kill your player. So if you're not playing the game or going to get something there, we don't think you should go to the Nether. It's way too scary. Number 6. Witches. There are different types of biomes in Minecraft, but one of the most common ones are swamps. They're like forests, but they're made of sand and water. There's nothing to swamps, only that they can scare you sometimes. When you get to a swamp, you'll usually find a house in the middle. The house is small with tiny structures around it. If you get closer to the house, you'll hear loud and scary laughter. Witches live in these houses with their black cats. And even though there's only one of them there, don't try to fight it, just leave. If you don't, the witches will start to attack you. They will throw poisons at you that'll make your player weak. Run away before they find you there. Number 5. Abandoned villages. The villagers in Minecraft are not as strong as your player, so many things usually attack them. And even though the villagers try to fight back, they don't win all the time. Because of this, you'll find many villages with no villagers in the game. In those places, the villagers have been killed or turned into zombies. You'll see cobwebs around the village with vines and broken houses. Some doors are even broken. That shows that even though the villagers tried to hide, they were still found and killed. And you can't stay there for long because zombies or creepers may try to attack you. You'll hear them screeching or running towards you. It's both sad and scary to be in such a place all by yourself. Number 4. Creepy music. If you only play survival mode in Minecraft, you may not know about the jukebox in the game. Even though making a jukebox to play music in the game doesn't do much, many players like to do it. But it didn't end well for many players. After making a jukebox, you can find some discs in the game to play. While some of them are nice tunes that you can sing along to, one of them scared many players. When you play music disc number 11, you'll hear the sound of someone in a cave. This person is breathing heavily at first, then they start coughing. Something starts to attack the persona and they run away. After a while, you hear nothing again. Then, as the disc ends, you hear wolves barking. The whole disc will make the hairs stand out on your skin. What's more, Music Disc 11 has a different color from many other discs. Many players believe that the sounds in the music came from someone running away from an Enderman. But the most scary part of it is that the disc ends at 1 minute, 11 seconds, and 111 milliseconds. Number 3. Endermen. Even though Endermen are one of the most common characters in Minecraft, they're also one of the scariest in the game. Many people have tried to find out why they're in the game and what they do, but nobody knows for sure. Endermen are tall and dark characters that look like Slenderman from Creepypasta. They can also pick up and put down blocks like players. They put that skill to bad use by stealing the blocks you use to create buildings. But there's more. Endermen also have their own language, which is scary on its own, and you can't understand what they're saying. Even though they stay on their own, they will come after your player for looking at them. The scary part is, they can continue chasing after your player for a long time. Endermen don't give up until they kill you or they notice another player looking at them. Even if you try to run away by teleporting, they will teleport with you. And since they have long legs, it won't be hard for them to catch up with you when you try running away. Endermen are too scary to be free characters. Number 2. Phantoms. There are characters in the game called Phantom, which only come out at night. They like to hunt down players who haven't slept for many days and are still moving around in the game. How great of Minecraft to punish people with insomnia, right? But it gets worse. Phantoms don't go after other players that go to bed in the game. They're drawn to the ones with insomnia, and they can't be chased away easily. In fact, they appear in the sky, so many players may not see them quickly. Phantoms also give off a loud screech, which can be scary if you don't see them in time. And since they can fly, it's hard to hit them. The best way to keep these flying monsters away from your player is to get a good night's sleep. In fact, sleeping is the best way to avoid many scary monsters in the game that only come out at night. Now we move on to the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1. Cave sounds. Many horror movies begin with people going into a cave. But who thought that Minecraft would make the caves in the game that scary? Certainly not us. Your player has to do many activities in the game, one of which is mining. Many times, you may have to go into a cave to mine things you want. But it isn't so simple to do, especially with the type of sounds that you hear in there. When players enter caves in the game, Minecraft usually creates some sounds that show what players are hearing. But the cave sounds aren't nice. If anything, they're one of the scariest things in Minecraft. If you don't know about these weird sounds before entering a cave, it can take you by surprise. But cave sounds aren't bad at first. When you first start hearing the sounds, it may sound like a normal tune, but the longer it goes on, the scarier it gets. We'd not be surprised if many players take off their headphones to enter a cave. It's not a sound you want to hear at night when you're all alone at home. Nope. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.